being in full control of the process, especially now when there's so much competition to get loans done, that's just crucial. Another super important thing why I've been able to really be successful with MortgageRight, is, and we overlook it, but, just being a true lender.
Sure.
Right? So, handling every piece of the transaction from disclosures at the beginning, through underwriting, through funding, it's really important that everybody works for us. So like you're saying, the underwriters are trying to get loans closed. The closing department is trying to get loans closed. We're funding the loans off our own warehouse lines. The point is, again, so many other companies, are going through third parties. They're not underwriting their own loans. They don't even know who the underwriters are on their files. Having all of that is just huge. Being in full control of the process, especially now when there's so much competition to get loans done.
Oh, yeah.
That's just crucial.
No, agreed. I agree with you 100%. And, having dedicated underwriting for me and my team is a game changer, and that's a fact. We're able to call the underwriter up front. We can talk about the scenario. We can prep them on what we're seeing. And just being able to get into a groove and a little bit of, synergy with the underwriter to figure out how they underwrite, what they're looking for, makes it easier from the originating side for us to structure that file a certain way to then deliver to our underwriter, let them know up front what's going on. And if there is a challenge, we bring it up right away and we deal with it right on the front end.
Yeah. And I know for you, and this is another thing that I think separates MortgageRight and the whole branch model we've got. We all know that the processing side of any branch is really as important or more important than anything.
Sure.
And with us, you at the branch level are able to really choose and hire who you want processing. And it just brings me to the fact that I think a lot of your success has been because of Amanda.
Sure.
She's your processing manager. She's as good as it gets. She's on your payroll. She only works for you. And I think you've been able to close so much business over the years. She's probably the biggest reason why.
No, absolutely. And look, hats off to Amanda. She's a big part of our success. Her role is critical in our branch. And again, there's a lot of autonomy and a lot of access with the way we're set up. We know how to close loans. We do good, clean business. And, she's got access to all the tools. So if we need to correct something with the closing department, a CD, anything last minute, we're in full control. And once you can get into the system like she has and gotten familiar with it over the years, it makes it very easy to get things done and push these loans through. Especially when times are very, very busy and it's high volume. Being able to shorten the time life of these loans and get them through quickly allows us to close more deals. But even now, where things are a bit slower and the loans, frankly, are more complicated, having that access does make a big difference to try to figure out these difficult loans and get them done. And they give us that flexibility, and that's really a big reason why I love working here. Is they give you so much access, and MortgageRight doesn't have to dummy down the system for the weakest link. They're very selective who they bring on board. Everybody's a very high-functioning professional here, and because of that, we do have the access and the ability to really push these things through quick.
Yeah, and again, I take it for granted. I've been doing it so long now, but a lot of other companies and a lot of other branch models, they don't give you that freedom. They're handling processing for the branches. So you've got a processor that is working on 5 different branches deals.
Right.
Where we're different is you can structure this thing from the ground up and kind of build it the way that it needs to be. You can kind of look at the problems that you've experienced in the past and you can structure this to correct those problems and function, as efficiently as you can. And like I said, I think, having your processing, work directly for your branch and being able to hire who you want to process is just crucial, to being successful. I look at, one way to look at it is I look at all of our branches and the ones that have done by far and away the most business. The common denominator is they've all got a knockout processor that just knows the ins and out of this business. They work directly for the branch, and without that, it's just so difficult to really close good business.